November is not only known for the cooler weather and Thanksgiving, it's also National Diabetes Awareness Month. According to the American Diabetes Association, nationwide, over 38 million people do have diabetes. Our Eddie Catano spoke with two women about the disease and how you can possibly prevent it.
Nearly 98 million people are pre-diabetic, and Dr. Shaylee Felton with Texas Tech Health Sciences Center said it's important to know the differences between the two types of diabetes and those who it impacts the most.
I woke up in the middle of the night and I couldn't see anymore.
Annie Kinsler says when she went to work later that day, a woman at her job noticed something was wrong.
She wanted to check my blood sugar, and so from there, basically what happened was she checked it and it was just reading high. And so I knew it was going to be expensive to go to the hospital. So I went to urgent care and they ended up rushing me to the hospital. And whenever I got to the hospital was when they diagnosed me with type 1 diabetes.
Now, 5 years later, Kinsler says it's still a learning process.
There's just a lot that comes with diabetes, not just the way that you feel, having your highs and your lows. Some days you feel extremely sick and some days you feel fine. There also comes a financial burden for people. I live with a pump now 24/7, and so it comes with those supplies and those insulins, and just watching like what you eat and being aware of it, and also being active as well is a huge part of my story. And
what Kinsler deals with every day is something nearly 2 million Americans live with as well.
It's what we're used to thinking about as juvenile diabetes or diabetes that occurs earlier. And it's an autoimmune condition where our body is making antibodies that attack the cells in the pancreas that produce insulin. And so these patients can no longer make the insulin that they need in order to keep their blood sugars where we want them to be.
But Dr. Shaylee Felton with Texas Tech Health Sciences Center says type 2 is the most common form of diabetes.
Is really defined by insulin resistance. So our pancreas is having to make more and more insulin to try to keep our blood sugars under check. And it's when the pancreas can no longer keep up with that demand that sugars start to go up.
Felton says type 2 diabetes are the most preventable with the help of a good diet and regular exercise.
If we can kind of catch people in this time frame, that can really play a huge role in slowing down the progression of the disease course.
But for those that are diabetic, Kinsler says it's not the end.
this is not going to hold you back from anything, and I made that promise to myself. I made two promises to myself, that I would give glory to God through all of it, and my second one was I was never going to let anything hold me back.
Now, Kinsler says a simple check on your blood sugar levels is the best form of early detection. And remember to talk to your doctors about diabetes, especially if it runs in your family.
Good idea, Eddie. Thank you very much. Well, Texas Tech men's